Hey there, welcome to another episode of Quickshots of Stush. I'm still here. The Christmas season has passed. At this point, oh boy, these videos take me so long to do that maybe I shouldn't try and place any of these in time, like it dates them. Maybe it's best that I don't, so that you guys don't see just how inept I am at keeping up some kind of video output schedule at the moment. I don't have the feel of it yet. I'm not being paid for this, so but we'll see what happens. Today I'll be talking about the OA. So at the time of this recording, I finished watching the OA with my girlfriend earlier this week. I thought it was fantastic. I thought it was really good. I'm going to explain to you guys what I explained to what I expressed to my girlfriend when we were wrapping up the series. And she was asking me about my opinion on it because she had watched it all before I did. And then we watched it over together. And I was telling her that depending on how high concept the ideas are in a piece of fiction, that will determine how much I care about character inconsistencies or acting blips or weird pieces of writing. So it's like, the OA is not perfect from a writing perspective. There are hits and misses, but I think that they're mostly hits. Some of the characters are a bit of a, it's only season 1 and it's not a lot of episodes, but some of the characters don't get much to do. Like, I like Buck, for example, but he doesn't get much of an active role. I don't know, I suppose everyone around OA is just there to support her, so maybe they don't matter as much. I don't know. But I did like it a lot. I did like it a lot. Just because of the extent to which they were willing to explore the ideas that they were putting forward. Like, in terms of smart fiction or just fiction that's about an idea, I will constantly use Prometheus, prequel to the Alien series. I will constantly use that as my marker for worst, I guess. But the thing is, I haven't watched a lot of movies, so I'm sure there are movies that are a lot worse than Prometheus. But the thing that I didn't like about Prometheus especially is because it was kind of like bringing up ideas and then never really did anything with them, or it would like bring up an idea that was like didn't make sense it did make, like, it wasn't earned philosophically, and they would need to like contest that or something instead of saying that it's the truth. I'm hearing a lot of sounds that sound like the doors rattling, so I need to hurry up with this. The point is, all of the ideas that the OA brings up, like, they really see them through to an extent that I like a lot. I like the fact that it's kind of this melding of science fiction and spirituality, which, it's funny. As we progress further on technologically as a species, we're going to have to start contending more with the whole technology that's indistinguishable from magic thing. And once we're getting that more and more, once we have your Black Mirrors, for example, where we have to like think about the bending of reality with regards to technology and stuff like that, then the next logical step narratively in terms of the stories that we're making is something that involves spiritual elements, involves transcendence of the body. Okay, sorry, I saw somebody on the camera. Transcendence of the body as facilitated by technology. I liked all the characters. I thought the concept was interesting. Spoilers. I thought the fake out at the end, I mean, maybe it's not a fake out. Like, they leave it kind of ambiguous. But, like, in the end where they got, like, I saw somebody on Tumblr talk about it. In the end where French goes into Oe's house and he finds a book under her bed that has Russian oligarchs and near-death experiences, and like it has all of these things as books, and they're just like, I mean, he did. Oh wait, no, yeah, no, they opened them, right? Somebody read something, right? Oh yeah, maybe that Tumblr user didn't know what they were talking about. I'm not sure. I'd have to watch again. But they were saying that the books weren't even in Braille, and until now, like until when she disappeared, which was like 7 years ago, she's been blind. So like, where did she get those? Are those books in Braille? It didn't. I mean, it didn't seem like it. Like from looking on the cover, it didn't seem like they were in Braille. And I feel like they wouldn't leave that kind of. I mean, I guess you leave it like that so it's ambiguous, but it's just for French to like bring it to the other kids and be like, this is proof that she lied. And it's just like, is it? I don't know, man. I think that could have been done better. But at the same time, they're teenagers. It's not like they have to be. You don't have to be a genius, but like, you're more susceptible to being fooled. Statistically, you're more susceptible to being fooled the younger you are. So teenagers being like, oh, I guess this means she lied, is understandable. It's fine. I can handle that. One of the things that my girlfriend and I spoke about the most was after Scott, who I like to call Whitelock. Whitelock got resurrected, and he was all, I'm bigger than Jesus. I mean, he didn't say that, but he was doing like the Jesus pose and everything. The movements, I love everything about how they expressed what the movements are, how they came about them. It's like when you read all this stuff about ancient cultures, you're kind of like, what is this ritual? Like, where did they come up with the idea that this ritual would result in the thing that it resulted in? Like it's weird. What is this based off of? Did one person just make it up, or? But it seems that in this series, what we're seeing is a modern day retelling of the ancient. It doesn't have to be ancient myth, but like ancient practices of ritual ceremonies. I love the idea that, I'm trying to remember how I worded it the other day. It's the idea that matters of spirituality don't necessarily exist within a realm of testability. Like, it's really dubious and unscientific, and it's like, what do you do with that? If you can't test it, then it's like it's fake or wrong, or you can't do anything with that. It's not real. And it's like, yes, and there's a place for that. But at the same time, there's so many things that aren't real, but are really aren't real, but aren't real, but are really significant for people. This is something that we've spoken about more than once on DreamOn Jamaica. That's my Dream Journal podcast. I'll put that in the link in the doobly-doo. It's this idea that who are we to say what would and wouldn't work